Thing better.
Now share this same special day.
It's very special.
But no matter how many birthdays they celebrate, Valerie says this birthday might just be her best ever.
It's going to be hard to top this one.
Very, very cool. Some other family similarities. Wanda, Valerie, and Tegan were all born, well, in the evening. And both Tegan and Valerie have 3 older siblings.
Wow.
So very special. Now the 3 of them can celebrate birthdays together.
I wonder if any of this was planned at all. Like, do you think maybe they were like, let's aim for this week?
No, you can't really plan. I mean, you can sort of plan, but Mother Nature has a way of getting in those plans. But I do believe that, you know, the mother probably thought, ooh, it'd be so neat if it was born today. My mother went into a false labor on Valentine's Day because I think she thought, oh, it'd be cool if Jason, my real name is Valentine, was born on Valentine's Day. So there might be something to that, but very special.
Very, very special.
Yeah. All right, let's take a quick look outside, and we are looking at a little bit of wetness for some of our areas and wind for some of our areas as well. I'll get you prepared to my first alert weather forecast coming up.
Plus, we have updates on an hours-long standoff between a criminal suspect and law enforcement that took place in Pasco yesterday. And today is Election Day. We'll tell you everything you need to know to make sure your vote counts. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
I'm Jason Valentine, and welcome to Tuesday. It is 6 o'clock.
6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, hope you're having a good time waking up this morning. Riley, how have you been?
How have I been? Well, this fantastic Tuesday.
Yes.
It's moving.
It is moving along. Now, some people may be just waking up, but we hope their morning moves along as well. Let's get them started. Let's take a look outside. And we do have, again, a little bit of difference between, like, say, Yakima and the Tri-Cities. Yakima pretty calm this morning, dry and no wind, but we have winds and a little bit of shower activity in the mid-Columbia as we're starting to slowly see our first light of the morning. So shower activity pretty light, rumbling through many of our areas in the mid-Columbia and the Blues. We're going to see all the shower activity start to accumulate right along the Blue Mountain region, so heavy rain there at times into the early afternoon. If we see any showers for Yakima, it is going to be very, very quick. Highs lower 50s today, a little cooler than yesterday. For the Tri-Cities, could see just a bit of shower activity towards our our afternoon, but then we're going to see clearing into our evening hours, and those winds, we're seeing winds for the Blues and the Mid-Columbia, 15 to 25 mile per hour winds. Those will slow down into our evening as well. So get ready for very cool temperatures overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. But for today, AM light showers for some of our areas, windy for some of our areas, but cooler and drier PM for all of our regions into tomorrow and Thursday. I'll get you ready for all that in my first alert weather forecast that's coming up in about 10 minutes.
Pasco Police and the Tri-City Regional SWAT team spent hours responding to what officers referred to as a critical incident in the area of Road 32 and Opal Street. We're told they wanted to arrest a man for a felony crime, but police did not elaborate. The man refused to come out of the home when authorities tried to arrest him, and the standoff lasted several hours. Police had several blocks of Road 32 shut down, and a shelter-in-place warning was issued for nearby residents. Authorities have now confirmed the person they were looking for has been arrested. The man has been taken to the Franklin County Jail. An inmate from the Franklin County Correction Center is now considered escaped from the facility. 33-year-old Michael Paul Nelson was granted a furloughed release from a judge, and he was ordered to return on November 2nd, 2023. According to the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, Nelson did not return, so he is now wanted for escape. Nelson was arrested on November 9th of last year and was being held on charges of first-degree kidnapping, third-degree assault, resisting arrest, and reckless endangerment. Authorities said he's 6 feet tall, weighs about 190 pounds. He has brown hair and brown eyes and may also go by the name Michael Godfrey. Today is Election Day in Washington State, and voters have a lot of issues to weigh in on. Since Washington is a vote-by-mail state, if you haven't already received your ballot, be sure to check your mailbox. Your ballot has to be in the mail in time for it to be postmarked November 7th. in order for your vote to count, or you can drop it off in an official ballot drop box by 8 tonight. There are links to drop box locations on the websites of the Benton, Franklin, and Walla Walla County Auditors websites. And if you're still running behind, you can register to vote and fill out your ballot in person at the county elections office up until closing time on election night. While today's trip to the polls isn't as major as Election Day that's coming up next year, but political analysts say some of 2023's key races could foreshadow what lies ahead. In Ohio, residents will determine 2 ballot measures, one that would create a law legalizing marijuana, and the other that would enshrine the right to abortion in the Buckeye State's Constitution. Over in Kentucky, Democratic Governor Andy Beshear is running for re-election against GOP challenger Attorney General Daniel Cameron. And then there's Virginia, where voters will decide the balance of power for both chambers of state government. Trump, despite his legal challenges, is the Republican Party's frontrunner in 2024. Biden, as most incumbents, is considered the Democratic Party's frontrunner, although Minnesota Representative Dean Phillips is hoping to bump the president off the ticket. Some organizations in the state of Washington want all former felons in the state to cast their ballots this week. A new law that took effect last year automatically restored the voting rights of convicted felons. Former inmate Curtis Robinson says voting rights are a part of the healing process for those who want to reconnect.
When you look at the successful reentry back into society of our justice involved populations, that is one of the critical key foundational components that needs to be there, is that social connection, that social engagement.
Robinson says voter education needs to continue for members of the community with criminal records. We're continuing coverage this morning on bullying concerns at the West Valley School District, including a 13-year-old boy receiving death threats and being told to kill himself. Parents say they've reported the bullying to the principal, only to find out later that they'd only taken the first step, an informal complaint. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell shares Superintendent Peter Finch's explanation about the difference between a formal and informal complaint and how to make one, and one parent's experience of trying to navigate that process.
According to the superintendent, how it's supposed to work is that when a principal receives a report of bullying, either verbally or in writing, they're supposed to document it, follow up on it, and resolve it if at all possible. If not, then parents need to file a formal complaint with the district. The superintendent told me last week that out of a district with 5,000 kids, they only received 13 formal complaints last year, and all have been resolved. He said this year they've had 3 so far. And as far as informal complaints go,
those are documented in our student record system, but I don't have that information for you right now.
In order to file a formal complaint, parents must fill out Form 3207F on the district website and submit it to the principal to forward on to District Compliance Officer Stacy Drake, who handles it from there.
If the family's not satisfied with the results of the informal complaint, then the principal will tell them that there's an opportunity for a formal complaint.
But one mom who spoke out at a school board meeting back in September told me that wasn't her experience when repeated bullying against her 13-year-old son escalated to the point of death threats last year at the West Valley Innovation Center.
My son came home very upset and said that this student told him, "You're so annoying. Go home and get your dad's gun and put it in your mouth," and I was done.
She and her husband went straight to the principal for a meeting.
To us, that was a formal complaint. We were not told that there was a formal complaint form. We were told that it would be handled. We were told by the principal. It was not handled.
She says the bullying continued, and by February,
ultimately, we just lost confidence that things would be followed through with. So we pulled him out. We did at-home learning, and I just had him with me the rest of the school year.
She says he was getting ready to return for this school year when she overheard that same student bullying her son again over Xbox.
When you come back to school, I'm gonna break both your arms. And if that doesn't work, I will kill you.
At that point, she contacted the district directly and got a hold of District Compliance Officer Stacy Drake.
She said, because nothing has been documented between linking the two, she said essentially, this is the first we're hearing of it on paper. So she said, what we need on file is a restraining order to be able to remove him.
And a formal complaint form.
Once I filled that out, then he was removed from the school.
A letter from the district about the findings of their investigation shows that student had multiple entries in his discipline file about him harassing students. 2 entries were about her son, in which they called the student's harassment of him severe, persistent, and pervasive. When I talked to the superintendent about the district's process for reporting bullying, I specifically brought up this case.
The concern from parents at that school board meeting was that they didn't feel that that process was being followed. Do you believe an error occurred, and if so, where?
So the case at the school board meeting has been resolved, and you could check with the parents on that, and they would tell you it's been resolved.
I told him I already had, and the family said while the formal complaint was eventually resolved, they're still concerned about the process they had to go through to get there. But he wouldn't say any more about specific incidents, citing FERPA, the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act.
It just really seems like they don't take any of this seriously. It's just like they're brushing it under the rug.
We're continuing to look into the district's anti-bullying efforts, including what they are and how much the district is spending. We'll also be following up with the district on parents' frustrations regarding the bullying reporting process. In the meantime, if you look on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com, we do have more information on the bullying reporting process, including that formal complaint form. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
It's been over a year without drinkable tap water for some East Sela residents living near the Yakima Training Center after so-called forever chemicals were detected in their wells. But the Army is making progress on an interim solution. Point of entry treatment systems, or POET systems, are being installed to filter and disinfect water entering the home so residents can safely drink water from the tap again. The military is blamed for letting PFAS into the water as part of its operations on the Yakima Training Center. The Army says they've installed 4 POET systems so far and 7 others are in progress, but about 72 total homes in the area are eligible. That's why they're holding an open house for residents next week.
The Army Corps of Engineers is the Army's designated real estate agent and manages all land agreements between the Army and the homeowners. Representatives from the Corps of Engineers will be on hand to answer any questions and explain how these rights of entry agreements work.
The open house will be from noon to 4 and 5 to 7 on November 15th at the Sela Civic Center. There will also be a second event later this winter. Jason Valentine joins us now for a quick look at your morning weather forecast.
Seeing a little bit of morning light bleed through this morning. We have showers in some areas, windy conditions in others. I'll get you ready for your Tuesday. My first alert weather forecast coming right up.
Plus, it can be tricky to get health care through the open enrollment process. That's why a local health center program is helping to make the process run a little smoother.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things fall. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Time for a new roof? Let Eminent Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Nutcracker Magical Christmas Ballet returns to Yakima. The Christmas tradition your family will treasure forever. Experience dazzling performances from the international cast, enchanting costumes, and whimsical giant puppets. Get tickets at nutcracker.com.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
On this Tuesday morning, well, a lot more people have the opportunity to get health insurance through the open marketplace in Washington this year. Well, health insurance exchanges and open enrollment have been around for years. It can be pretty overwhelming if you're signing up for the first time or just looking for a better deal. That's why Tri-Cities Community Health has navigators available to help you find the best option.
It's a completely free service, free of cost. My navigators have been with the health plan, with the Washington Health Plan Finder since the very first open enrollment. So really, they are the experts. They should come in and know, what is their health status? Like, how often are you visiting the doctor? How many prescriptions are you, regularly taking? Depending on one's health needs, like, say for example, you don't visit the doctor often, then maybe we can consider getting, looking at a plan that maybe the deductible is, a little bit higher, but that means that you're seeing a lower premium monthly.
Open enrollment is available until January 15th, but you'll have to sign up before December 15th if you want health insurance coverage that starts on New Year's Day. We have links to all this information and how to get in contact with navigators on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. Coming up, school districts here and across the U.S. are preparing for a shortage of milk cartons that could cause them to be in violation of federal regulations. And I'll return with your first alert weather forecast. Starting to see some light come in. We have an interesting day ahead and much cooler conditions on the way. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Hey y'all, this ain't no turkey shootout going on at Legends Casino Hotel in November. It's a roping and a riding cash and car roundup where you could wrangle $10,000 in cash or win a new Volkswagen. Just steer your Legends rewards card smack dab into your favorite slot machine to earn entries. And then giddy up on over to Legends Casino on Thursdays for your chance to snag 10 grand in cash or a VW Jetta on November 23rd or the Atlas Crossport on November 30th. Round up the posse and we'll see you at Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
Everybody in the Tri-Cities has been to a Hubby's Pizza Party, right? You haven't? Acquire the Hubby's habit and book your party today. Delicious, mouth-watering food made with only the freshest ingredients. It's party time at Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years. Book your party today.
A flight over a piece of history in Lincoln County.
I like the availability to go and see what they have left, what the buildings they have left.
Folsom Farm National Recreation Area.
I like it.
On Fly the Northwest, Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Next live, the NASCAR champion.
That was exciting. So
exciting.
Plus, UFC champion Sean O'Malley.
Living his best life.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Seeing a little bit of light coming on through. Still seeing quite a lot of wind coming through most of our cities, but Ellensburg, Yakima, you're kind of left out of the shower activity, at least so far. We're seeing the shower activity starting to move into the blues, and it's just going to kind of accumulate here. So expect a little bit of heavier rains for Walla Walla, Pendleton. Other than that, Mid-Columbia, Tri-Cities, Connell, Prosser, you'll see some scattered showers throughout your morning and maybe even into the early afternoon. But so far, staying dry. If we see any shower activity here, it'll be very, very quick as we move into the Mid-Columbia and Blues. Again, it's accumulating right now on top of Walla Walla, so be careful out there on the roads. Could be a little slick. And Pendleton, we expect the same here very swiftly. So in our future cast, we're going to continue to see shower activity just moving into the Blues. And then by our early afternoon, we'll see it on the way out. And then clear skies overnight tonight into your Wednesday. We'll see a little bit of cloud coverage start to come in for your Thursday, and then maybe some shower activity quick for the Yakima Valley late. But other than that, we're looking to be staying dry off and on. Showers possible starting Friday, but still not very heavy. So here's a bigger look at what we're looking at as more shower activity is just being pushed out into the east. So a nice day, especially tomorrow, but there is a price to be paid when we see those clear skies, and that is much cooler temperatures in our overnights. Now this morning, we're staying warm. Lower 50s for most of our areas, 43 for Walla Walla and 34 for Ellensburg. This is about what we're going to see our high for Pendleton be, as the Blues are already getting kind of a head start on cooler temperatures. This is for the Tri-Cities. We're looking at 58 today, a little above our average. And as we move into our more of our work week, we'll see a little bit of a dip on Thursday, back to our averages by the time we get to Friday and into our weekend. Winds very heavy in places, 20 mile per hour in Prosser, double digits throughout many of our areas. Light winds for Ellensburg and Yakima. So double-digit winds, 15 to 25 mile per hour possible through our afternoon. Then we'll see with those showers and clouds, we'll see the winds start to slow down as well. So clear and calm overnight. So winds will settle down also tomorrow and Thursday, and pick up a little bit of breezy conditions for your weekend. All right, our highs today, 53 for Yakima, 57 for Toppenish. Over in the Mid-Columbia, mid to upper 50s. In the lovely Blue Mountain region, lower 50s. 7-day forecast, and for Yakima, we're right around that 50-degree mark really for the week ahead. Overnight lows below that freezing mark. Best chance for showers are this morning, and not that much of a chance. And we will see more cloud coverage though on the way this week. In the Tri-Cities area, best chance for showers is also this morning, though we could see some quick showers as we get into our weekend. Overnight lows are above the freezing level, but still pretty darn chilly, especially heading towards our Veterans Day weekend. And in Walla Walla, right around the 50 to mid 50s for the week ahead. And again, quite a bit of shower activity this morning and into the early afternoon for Walla Walla, Pendleton areas. For our other regions, we'll see clearing as the day goes on, lighter winds by our evening. Just get ready for below freezing temperatures overnight tonight for most of our cities.
Schools across the country are attempting to plan for the potential impact of a nationwide milk carton shortage. This comes after a single supplier out of Lake Forest, Illinois, faces what it's calling higher than projected demand for its milk cartons. Now schools are looking for alternative solutions.
It's an important part of school breakfasts and lunches, and it's required by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. But now there's a roadblock to providing milk to students in the way schools traditionally have. The problem isn't the milk itself, but its packaging.
There is one industry supplier of half-pint milk cartons. So those are those little cardboard milk cartons that we're all used to seeing on lunch trays across the country. They're experiencing a shortage with their card stock.
This doesn't mean students will be going without milk. Matt Herrick with the International Dairy Foods Association says processors are working with schools to offer other products.
They're offering milk in gallons, They're offering milk in half gallons, or in some cases, they're offering milk in containers that can be put in milk dispensers at the schools and dispensed in a cup.
With the knowledge that their supply may run out, school districts are planning ahead. Walla Walla Public Schools says it's actively working with other suppliers to continue to provide milk for its students. But if this can't be done, the school district says it will transition to shelf-stable milk at breakfast. The Pasco School District provided Apple Valley News Now with a statement saying, "We are aware of the cardboard shortage. We've been in touch with OSPI, and they are also aware as this is a widespread issue. Our distributor is working with us as the situation evolves. For instance, we will not have chocolate milk this week, but will have white milk." The Kennewick School District says it anticipates running out of its current milk supply by midweek. However, it has received a waiver from the USDA in order to provide water or juice for their meals instead of milk. The supply shortage is expected to resolve in the new year.
That was Apple Valley News Now's Jill Sperling reporting. The cardstock supply issue not only affects schools, hospitals, nursing homes, and prisons. All use these half-pint milk cartons, so they will also have to find alternatives. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, a stunning fall for the office-sharing company once seen as a Wall Street darling, as WeWork has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion or bacon or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Thank you for getting groceries, Mika.
Of course. Happy to help. Will Medicare cover any of these bills?
I thought it would, but it doesn't.
We'll get through this. I will always be here for you.
I know. But what about you? I don't ever want you to be in this situation.
Don't worry, Dad. With WA Cares, I'm earning long-term care benefits with each paycheck. That money will be there when I need it.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
I've worked construction all my life. I take pride in my job and working hard. I've had my share of bumps and bruises. Of all places, I get hurt shopping with my wife. This injury affected every part of my life. The insurance company offered me nothing. I went to my buddy Scott Brumback and Sid Autumn. We ultimately filed suit. My lawyers fought hard for me and got a great result. These guys speak blue collar. Now I know what they mean by bulldog tough. Right, Mo?
Brumback and Autumn, Bulldog Tough.
Whether you celebrate mistletoe magic in a Cadillac XT5, festive gatherings in a Cadillac XT4, or reinventing traditions in a Cadillac XT6. This holiday season, Cadillac is celebrating you.
Get 3.9% APR for 48 months plus $1,500 purchase allowance on the 2024 XT5 and XT6 when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. I get it. You feel like it's too pricey, a headache to deal with, and not worth it. You deserve something better and better. We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality health insurance. We have plans with as low as $0 out-of-pocket premiums, a network of local doctors, and a rewards program for making healthy choices. Nice. That's why we're America's #1 marketplace health insurance. So call us or go online now. And Better Health. On a mission for better.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa, I like lunch.
Give in to deliciousness. Buy one craveable classic and get another one for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Welcome back, everyone. Now to a stunning downfall of a company that was once the most valuable startup in the U.S. It's now succumbed to bankruptcy. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the story.
This morning, office space rental company WeWork is hoping to rework its business, filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The company, once privately valued at $47 billion, announcing the move overnight after years of controversies and poor performance. Shares plummeting 98% since 2021, trading at just 83 cents yesterday.
I moved into a new office space called WeWork.
It's beautiful.
It's just like a good environment to be in.
Founded in 2010, WeWork was once considered among the world's most valuable startups.
We're about to change the way people work and way people live, but more importantly, change the world.
The stunning downfall detailed in a Hulu documentary. Our Rebecca Jarvis spoke with the director about missteps made by the co-founder and former CEO.
Where do you think things went wrong?
Adam began to expand his vision beyond their core business, thinking that WeWork could solve some of the most intractable global problems imaginable.
In 2019, the company's IPO failed due to larger than expected losses. It eventually went public during the pandemic, but as remote work severely impacted the corporate real estate landscape, the company's value plummeted.
And the company, which recently had more than 4,000 employees, will now restructure. Its CEO is vowing to aggressively address its leases. Coming up, the Israeli Prime Minister continues to reject calls for a ceasefire as concerns the conflict between Israel and Hamas will spill over into other parts of the Middle East. That's next in Good Morning Northwest.
Next, DT.
I've seen a lot that you can't see, except you guys can, because you're entertainment tonight.
Only we're on set of The Santa Clauses with Tim Allen. Next, DT.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
With the winter months approaching, it's that time of year to do what we can to provide the best holiday season to the little ones in our valley. From now to the end of the year, Pingree Ford will be collecting new and gently used coats for kids, as well as new unwrapped toys for Tots. We're committed to the children in our community, and we hope you can join us in our mission. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
I was diagnosed when I was 39. I found a lump. Within a week, it had grown so immensely, I could see it in the mirror. It's such a whirlwind when you're diagnosed with cancer. The most important thing in your life is your health. If I could tell a young person who was thinking about their health anything about breast cancer, I would just say be as proactive as possible and get checked.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course. Order Hubby's Pizza tonight and get a large 16-inch pepperoni pizza for just $15.99. Mouth-watering yumminess. The perfect fresh dough and toppings for a quick and easy dinner. Dine in or carry out. Come acquire the Hubby's Habit, your hometown favorite for nearly 45 years.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Next Extra, after serving up major style off the court, Serena Williams hits fashion icon status, her big night with Gwyneth and Kim Kardashian. Then our new interview with Antonio Banderas. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
A unique farm that's now a park. Tonight on KEPKView Local News at 6.
As the war in Israel continues, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is still refusing to allow humanitarian pauses, but said he would consider tactical pauses. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken continues his world tour as he arrived in Japan for the G7 foreign ministers meeting.
And some morning showers for some of our areas with windy conditions and cooler temperatures on the way. I'll get you prepared in my first alert weather forecast. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Tuesday. Good morning, Riley.
Good morning, Jason.
And
a windy, cool. Temperatures are going down.
Yes.
It's been so nice for the last couple of days.
It has. Things are changing. I had to hold my door when I opened it this morning because the wind was trying to shut it on me.
I was in the same place.
So watch out. Let's take a look outside. And we do have some shower activity in some of our places. Look at that almost quintessential look at Richland in the fall. Look at those trees, just gorgeous. You can see those trees are furling from double-digit winds, around 15 mile per hour right now for the Tri-Cities. We're even seeing some 20 mile per hour winds in Prosser, but not much wind or shower activity for Ellensburg and Yakima. Most of the shower activity mid-Columbia, but really starting to accumulate along the Blues. It'll stay in the Blues till the early afternoon. So for our day today, we're looking at more sunshine by the time we get to our afternoon. Highs a little chillier in Yakima, right around those lower 50s. Mid to upper 50s for the Tri-Cities, clearing. Those winds also will slow down as we get to our late afternoon, early evening. Walla Walla, you're seeing quite a bit of shower activity till around noon to 2, then clearing. And that clearing, though, we have to pay a price. Much cooler temperatures are on the way, especially overnight tonight. So AM light showers, windy today, cool and drier conditions on the way starting tonight. I'll have all that in my first alert weather forecast that's coming up in about 10 minutes.
The war between Israel and Hamas has entered its 5th week of fighting, with the United States closely involved in diplomacy in the region. While Israel continues to push into Gaza to wipe out Hamas fighters, the death toll for civilians has reached a new level. ABC's Liz Landers has the latest.
The conflict in the Middle East intensifying as the war between Israel and Hamas has reached a 5th week of fighting. This video taken from southern Israel showing explosions and flares in Gaza, rocking the small strip overnight as Israel's offensive continues. As their troops build a larger presence on the ground in Gaza, the Israeli Defense Forces claim that they have cut the densely populated area into 2 and created a, quote, humanitarian quarter for civilians. The death toll, though, climbs to more than 9,700 Palestinians, according to Palestinian health officials, as the pressure is mounting on the Biden administration to lower tensions. Secretary of State Antony Blinken in the region once more, making a surprise visit to the West Bank, where he met with Palestinian Authority President Abbas. Blinken told reporters,
following my conversations with the Prime Minister and with the Israeli government, this is a process. Israel's raised important questions about how humanitarian pauses would work. We've got to answer those questions. We're working on exactly that. In fact, we agreed that our teams would get together, and they're doing just that. It's important that the pause advance a number of things. One of them is hostages.
As the Arab world calls for a ceasefire, the president and his team making it clear that they believe Israel has a right to defend itself, but supports a long-term solution for Palestinians living in Gaza and the West Bank.
That means resuming the urgent work of giving a political horizon to the Palestinian people, which to President Biden means a two-state solution.
At least 46 troops were injured in those attacks since October 17th. There were a number of minor injuries and reports of traumatic brain injuries since then. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Japan to meet for the G7 foreign ministers' meetings, a sign that the Biden administration's China strategy remains a priority as violence increases in the Middle East. Blinken landed Tuesday morning local time, where he plans to meet with other top diplomats from around the globe to discuss a series of crises. The agenda will include the Israel-Hamas war and Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine. Blinken is scheduled to meet with Japan's Prime Minister and Foreign Minister in Tokyo on Tuesday. The trip also comes as the White House prepares for a meeting between President Joe Biden and China's president later this month in San Francisco. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
We've got some windy conditions this morning with some shower activity. Let me get you ready for your Tuesday and my first alert weather forecast coming right up.
Plus, we'll take a look at how the other side lives as Neiman Marcus has released its Christmas book of holiday gifts for the uber wealthy.
ET and Extra tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
At Bruce Heating & Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating & Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating & Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
They ask me what I love about Dolly Parton.
See you on TV.
And I'll say everything.
Dolly Parton is iconic.
Magnificent.
A living legend.
Period.
Everybody loves Dolly.
Dolly, Robin with Luke. Tonight on ABC.
A flight over a piece of history in Lincoln County.
I like the availability to go and see what they have left. What the buildings have left.
Folsom Farm National Recreation Area.
I like it.
On Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Why did you choose Sunset Gardens?
I had Skip's urn at home for 2 years. In my mind, when Skip passed and I had him cremated, that urn was always going to be at home. But what I realized is that there was no closure. So in placing him and giving him that honor, I know that his spirit is now soaring where it should be, and mine is soaring where it should be.
See what makes Sunset Gardens the perfect choice for your loved ones.
There's more to life than the car you drive. It's the smell of fresh air and thrill of the outdoors, the celebration of life, and the family that lives it with you. It's those little moments you wish would never end. Whether you need room for 8 or enough torque for your weekend escape, no matter what your adventure, Corwin Ford will help you get there. Corwin Ford, family driven for over 100 years.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you, which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more, or visit affordabledentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
Another fatal crash.
Alyssa Warner. She graduated from Walla Walla University, worked her first TV news job in Spokane, and brings the news home to you each night on Apple Valley News Now.
It's just one way Apple Valley News Now is on your side.
She's local and on your side.
Next live, the NASCAR champion.
That was exciting.
So exciting.
Plus, UFC champion Sean O'Malley.
Living his best life.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Luxury retailer Neiman Marcus is out with a new list of extravagant gifts for extraordinarily wealthy holiday gift givers. Only one of each gift is available, and each of them costs hundreds of thousands of dollars.
All right, Neiman Marcus has been producing its Christmas book of unique and pricey presents for more than 6 decades. This year's edition includes a one-of-a-kind Cadillac, a red carpet experience at Cannes, and a walk-on role at a American Ballet Theater performance. Yikes.
There's also the chance to star in a Disney animated short, with the gift recipient voicing a character based on them. That gift, which includes a ticket to Disney Hollywood premiere, costs $510,000.
So for $210,000, less than half what you just talked about, you can get your loved one access to hang out with Team USA at the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris. There's also a 4-day trip to Milan with interior designer Nina Magon for $380,000. It includes dinners at Michelin star restaurants. It better be 3-star, private museum and furniture factory tours, and a $100,000 voucher for Italian-made furniture.
If you could afford any of those, which one would you want to? Which one would you choose?
Sorry to be a stick in the mud, but none of it.
None of it.
It seems it's extravagant, and I'm sure there's a perfect person for those gifts, but I would rather spend it on something else.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure.
I mean, the Disney thing is kind of cool.
It is. It's interesting. I want to know what it means to be a walk-on role at an American Ballet Theater performance, because that...
You better have some talent.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's my least favorite of them all.
Definitely.
So anyways, just kind of fun to think about. Quick look outside. I got your first alert weather forecast coming up next.
And the Screen Actors Guild is considering an offer.
Affordable? Yeah, we got that. Stylish? Got that covered too. Quality? You can bet on it. And during the Veterans Day sale at Furniture Row, you'll find sale prices throughout the store. Plus, 4 years, no interest. The Veterans Day sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Every 15 minutes, someone is involved in a semi-truck collision in the U.S. Whatever the cause, big trucks mean big crashes, resulting in serious, even fatal injuries, large medical bills, and loss of wages. If you've been injured in a crash with a big rig, call Abeta Nelson Injury Law today. We've handled the most big truck accidents in Central Washington over the last 40 years, recovering millions for our clients. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota. To learn more about Toyota certified used vehicles, see your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
The updated COVID vaccine is available now and at no cost for most people 6 months and older. If it's been more than 2 months since your last COVID vaccine or infection, it's time to maximize your protection against the latest variants. The updated vaccine reduces your risk of serious illness or developing long COVID symptoms, even if you've already been vaccinated or infected. So schedule your appointment today. To learn more about the vaccine, where to get it, and how to stay safe and healthy, visit takecarewa.org.
Affordable? Yeah, we got that. Stylish? Got that covered too. Quality? You can bet on it. And during the Veterans Day sale at Furniture Row, you'll find sale prices throughout the store. Plus, 4 years, no interest. The Veterans Day sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your morning so far. And we're seeing quite a bit of wind this morning and a little bit of shower activity, especially along the Blues. So that shower activity, again, just kind of sitting in the Blue Mountain region. Walla Walla, you're seeing quite a bit. Pendleton, you will see quite a bit very soon. And we're just seeing some slow shower activity coming into the mid-Columbia. So Tri-Cities off and on showers here for the next couple of hours. Ellensburg through Toppenish, you're being left out at least of the shower activity. If you see any, it'll be very quick. And starting to see more showers form near Hanford, starting to slowly get into most of our areas for the mid-Columbia and the Blues. So showers possible through, looks like around 2 o'clock. So as we move along in our morning, again, shower activity mostly focused on heading into the Blues. Tri-Cities expecting to see some, and then we're looking at some shower activity into the Walla Walla area and Pendleton. As we move into Tuesday and Wednesday, though, much clearer skies, and we're going to see some sunshine and very cool temperatures overnight. So get ready for right around freezing conditions, even below freezing conditions for some of our areas. A bit more of a macro look, and we're just seeing today all this shower moving off into the east, though we will have another round, very light round as we head into our weekend. I'll get to that in a bit. So as we look at our temperatures right now, we're in the staying warm, lower 50s for many of our areas. Much cooler though, Ellensburg and Yakima. A little bit of a sneak preview for what we expect as we head into our overnight tonight. So our temperatures for our highs, we're going to remain right around our our average. We are seeing a little bit of a dip on Thursday. So not too cool of temperatures, what we expect for this time of year, but those overnight lows are going to be very, very chilly. Now wind speeds, they're picking up. They picked up overnight into this morning. Quite a few double digits. We have 20 for Connell, Hanford, and Prosser. 15 to 25 mile per hour winds possible through, looks like our afternoon. As we get to our evening, we're going to see that slow down. We're also going to see clearing and our showers go away by the afternoon. So much calmer tonight and light winds for tomorrow and Thursday. We'll see winds pick up a bit as we get into our weekend. So let's take a look at those highs today. We're in those mid to upper 50s for the Yakima Valley. A chilly 48 for Ellensburg. Over in the mid-Columbia, mid to upper 50s, just a couple degrees off of what we saw yesterday. And the Blue Mountain region, they're cooler already. They're going to be seeing these conditions as we move along in the week. So right around 50 degrees. So what you're seeing right now is the temperatures you're going to see later. In the Yakima region, we're right around that lower 50s, upper 40s for the week ahead. Overnight lows at or below the freezing mark, so chillier conditions for your morning. A bit of cloud coverage on the way this week. In the Tri-Cities area, going to be in the mid to lower 50s, upper 40s for the week ahead, save for today. And a possibility of a little bit of shower activity for your Veterans Day weekend. Overnight lows just above that freezing mark. And in Walla Walla, right around the 50-degree mark for your week ahead. Again, we're cooler today and will be a little bit warmer for your weekend. So for today, off and on showers this morning into the Blues and mid-Columbia into our early afternoon. Windy conditions as well for the mid-Columbia and Blues, but both will clear up by our evening hours.
Yesterday was day 115 of the SAG-AFTRA strike, and the striking actors said they've responded to Hollywood and TV studios' last, best, and final offer, hoping to reach a deal to end the industry's nearly 4-month-long strike. On Monday, SAG-AFTRA members were in California on the picket lines in front of Netflix offices in Hollywood. The union says there are several essential items the two sides have yet to agree on, such as restrictions on the use of artificial intelligence. Over the weekend, the union reviewed the latest proposal from the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers. Currently, the two sides are quickly working to resolve the strike in time to save the remainder of the winter television season. We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, yoga retreat mystery. The FBI is now involved in the urgent search for a missing California woman. Her family speaking to GMA overnight, saying they want her back home.
Please help us bring Nancy home.
They've now hired a private search team to comb the area from the water to the sky.
We've searched 95% of the lake. That's with helicopters, drones, boat crews.
Searchers say the terrain, coupled with a lack of information, has complicated search efforts and that witnesses have not been forthcoming. Now her family pleading for someone to come forward with information.
There are people that witnessed what happened within the group that have not come forward.
And we'll have much more on this urgent investigation coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
RSV can severely affect the lungs and lower airways.
But I'm protected with Arexvy.
Arexvy is a vaccine used to prevent lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. RSV can be serious for those over 60, including those with asthma, diabetes, COPD, and certain other conditions.
But I'm protected.
Arexvy is proven to be over 82% effective in preventing lower respiratory disease from RSV and over 94% effective in those with these health conditions. Arexvy does not protect everyone and is not for those with severe allergic reactions to its ingredients. Those with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common side effects are injection site pain, fatigue, muscle pain, headache, and joint pain. I chose a Rexv. RSV, make it a Rexv.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:53. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in just a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. Pasco Police and the Tri-City Regional SWAT team spent hours responding to what officers refer to as a critical incident in the area of Road 32 and Opal Street. We're told they wanted to arrest a man for a felony crime, but police did not elaborate. The man refused to come out of the home when authorities tried to arrest him, and the standoff lasted several hours. Authorities have now confirmed the person they were looking for has been arrested. The man has been taken to the Franklin County Jail. An inmate from the Franklin County Correction Center is now considered escaped from the facility. 33-year-old Michael Paul Nelson was granted a furloughed release from a judge, and he was ordered to return on November 2nd, 2023. According to the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, Nelson did not return, so he is now wanted for escape. Nelson was arrested on November 9th of last year and was being held on charges of first-degree kidnapping, third-degree assault, resisting arrest, and reckless endangerment. Today is Election Day in Washington State, and voters have a lot of issues to weigh in on. If you haven't already received your ballot, be sure to check your mailbox. Your ballot has to be in the mail in time for it to be postmarked by today for your vote to count. Or you can drop it in an official ballot drop box by 8 tonight. And if you're still running behind, you can register to vote and fill out your ballot in person at the county elections office up until closing time on election night. Some organizations in the state of Washington want all former felons in the state to cast their ballots this week. A new law that took effect last year automatically restored the voting rights of convicted felons. One former inmate says voting rights are a part of the healing process for those who want to reconnect. He also says voter education needs to continue for members of the community with criminal records. It's been over a year without drinkable tap water for some East Sela residents living near the Yakima Training Center, after so-called forever chemicals were detected in their wells. But the Army is making progress on an interim solution. Point-of-entry treatment, or POET systems, are being installed to filter and disinfect water entering the home so residents can safely drink water from the tap again. The Army says they've installed 4 POET systems so far, and 7 others are in the process.
Tuesday morning, everyone. Hope you're enjoying it so far. We're still seeing quite a bit of breeze through many of our areas. Our Skycam at the Richland Columbia Point is starting to shake a little bit from the wind. So blustery for the Mid-Columbia and the Blue Mountain region. Also, that's where most of the showers are ending up. We're seeing a new system forming just to the north of Hanford, starting to come into the Tri-City. So light rain there, but we're seeing heavier showers for the Walla Walla Pendleton areas. Nothing right now, Ellensburg, Yakima, and Toppenish, but as we move into the Mid-Columbia, still some scattered showers. We expect those to persist into our early afternoon, especially in the Blue Mountain region, but then clearing into our evening hours. So temperatures right now, we're staying very warm this morning. We're in the mid to lower 50s for most of our cities, cooler for Yakima and much cooler for Ellensburg. This is a hint of what we're going to be getting tomorrow. We're going to be right around that freezing mark for most of our areas tomorrow morning. As we see those clear skies overnight, that means very chilly temperatures, especially this time of year. Wind speed, 15 to 25 mile per hour winds expected for the Mid-Columbia and the Blues today. Not so much for Ellensburg, Yakima, Toppenish. You guys are being a bit left out of the weather action today. These winds will slow down into our evening hours as well. So light winds expected tomorrow and for Thursday. So our highs today, we're mostly in the 50s, mid-50s, Yakima Valley, 48 for Ellensburg, mid to upper 50s for the Mid-Columbia, and we're starting to cool down already in the Blues in those lower 50s. That's going to be indicative of the cooler temperatures we're going to be seeing upcoming. Back to you, Riley.
Thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next, and your local news is back tonight at 5.